It's easy to think that if we want to do things well, what we have to do is more, that we put more time in and more effort in. So it's really interesting to have a look at the book of Genesis, and particularly Genesis 1, which tells us the story about how God created the world. The most creative act ever that brought the world into existence actually involved effort, but it also involved rest. Right at the start of Genesis 2, when God has finished the whole of creation, the thing that God did was to rest. And what that reminds us of is that in our working, in our creativity, in our living in this world, actually rest is a vital part of the whole of that.
The faith we celebrate on Sunday is a faith to be lived on Monday. And I think too often in the church we decompartmentalise our lives. So our faith belongs in a kind of Sunday compartment and everything else belongs somewhere else. But actually, if the things that we celebrate on Sunday are true, then it really should shape and overflow into everything else, so that the gifts we receive in church on Sunday are gifts to be lived and shared every other day.
The way I conduct myself at work and the way I hold out myself really looks to the Christian values, and it's the example I try and set, I think, and it's the teamwork and it's the looking after people. We have people that join as graduates and they're going through a training program, and it's always commented on how I get involved with those people. I don't just leave them. Yes, there's my, I'm busy enough, obviously, with my own work, but I take time to see that they're growing, nurturing. Again, similarly, when people say what you're doing at the weekend, I don't say, well, I'm just out, I'm busy on Sunday. I always say, well, I'll be busy at church. So it's not a secret, so everyone knows.
There are some people that are quite militant atheists, if you like, within the organisation, and I've found that that's difficult because I'm having to defend my faith, and I find that really tricky. I feel that it's been mocked sometimes and not respected, and it's very difficult to know how to play that because you can't get angry. So the best way I find of dealing with it is just to counter it by being extra pleasant and extra understanding, and try and show by example that, it's not going to affect me, that's my faith, and you're not going to waver.
Being a Christian in the role of a doctor gives me strength. I don't have the sense, as many doctors do, that actually this is all about me and my job to put this situation right, and my skills and my abilities. I'm aware that I have been given training and skills and abilities, but I also rely on God's strength and God's inspiration in all those situations. So I don't carry a burden of absolute responsibility, which is very liberating.